Hi friends, this is Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I'm back today with another episode of Flosstube. Today is June 20th, Thursday, and it's been I think it's been like 3 weeks since I had a video. I prefaced last video by it's summer, all my kids are home, and trying to fit in a video has been a little bit difficult. I have lots of stitching to show, but it's just taken a little while to get here. So I don't really have an update besides, everyone's doing well. My kids went to VBS, my older kids, and my little one was doing swim lessons, and she's doing great. So we're just living the summer life. We have a pool, so we go swimming every day, and that's good relief for the energy for the kids, and they enjoy doing it. So, and then during rest time, I've been able to get stitching done, and then at nighttime. So I'm just enjoying having no set schedule. They do have some camps next week, but it's just like till 12 o'clock. But fun, and I enjoyed reading all of what your summer plans either were or things you had done in the past, and yeah, so for the giveaways, so thank you. I wanted to start off with two things. The first one is a fully finished. I did post this already, but I was able to get my every opening flower framed. And this is the frame I chose. If you can see, it has some distressing on it. And I got this framed at Michael's. And I have had the best luck at my Michael's. I also had taken stuff to Hobby Lobby, and it was okay. But I like how Michael's near me, and I think every store is completely different, so you have to try out what's near you, or a regular frame shop. I also have it's just a framing shop that I've taken a piece to before as well, and they do a great job. So this I got at Michael's, and I was able to, for this piece, and I think I got something else from there before this. I can't remember now, but Channing Street, this piece. And then right now I have the American Sampler House by Annie B's, this one, which I don't have. I have it finished, and it's at the framer. So each time I've gone to take something, it happens to be when they have their 70% off sale. So one, they do a good job, and two, I've been able to get it for 70% off. So this is my fully framed finish. And let me set that down. And then, like I said, my finish, which I don't have it here to show you, was American Sampler House. And I'll put a picture right here of me at the framer with it. I did take it, and it's supposed to be coming, or I'm supposed to be able to pick it up on the 25th. So hopefully that's next week. So then the following week, I will hopefully record another video, or it could be 3 weeks. I'm trying really hard to do the 2 weeks, because then I get kind of out of my routine, and it's hard to get motivated to get all the stuff and do the video. Even though I really enjoy making them, it kind of gets me out of my swing of things. So I'm going to try to be back in 2 weeks, and I'll have that framed for you. Maybe I will have the Biscornu finished, which I can see it right over here on my table. The Stitch Along with Nicole Spore, I have it all, everything stitched and ready. I just have to make it into the Biscornu. So hopefully I can also get that done. And I have at least one other piece, if not two. Actually, I think I do have two that are really could be finishes by the next video as well. So hopefully I will have some more finishes, and that's kind of in my goals or plans, is I want to at least have one more finish this month, if not a couple. So we'll see. Now, on to a new topic. I started doing some punch needle. I had the weaver's cloth, and I've had a punch, and let me see, I think it's actually in my other bag. Yeah, I have the Smart Punch, which is the black one, and I had everything because I follow Teresa Kogut, and she has so many patterns and always is talking about it, and I just hadn't gotten the motivation to look anything up to figure out what to do, because I knew the what kind of you do, but I didn't really know exactly how to do it. So Chantel with 141 Design Company, she was doing one, and Teresa had come over and showed her how to do it, and so then that kind of motivated me to get it out and try to do something. So this is the first piece I started, and you'll notice it's not done because here's the piece first of all. So this is the front, and then the back is where you actually trace your design, and then this is where you're punching through on this side. I got this design from the latest Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, which I left downstairs. Most of the time I have seen in the magazine and in other places that the designer will already flip it, like mirror image it, because this is the back, so this should be the opposite way from when you turn it over, and this is the front. So this is actually supposed to be over here, which I realized after the fact. So this design needed to be flipped, and I didn't realize that. So I kept it to show, and I probably will just keep it as this is my first attempt. So I did stop. I did start punching something else, which I left downstairs, and I can show you later. But then I got a couple other pieces to be working on in the meantime. Now, the punch needle for me is not like an everyday thing. It's kind of, Chantel said, and I mean, maybe this was from Teresa, it's kind of like a palette cleanser. So when I would either be finished stitching a piece and I didn't know what to do, or I just I couldn't find what I wanted to stitch, or I just needed a stitching break, but I wanted to do something with my hands. I felt like doing this little bit, and then I have another thing going. I felt like it was I did that for a few hours, and then either later that night or the next day, I was ready to pick my stitching back up. So this is one I bought, and I haven't started it. This is from the Old Tattered Flag, and it's these stars, which are so cute. So then when you are done, the actual punched piece will be on this side. And these are like stretcher bars. And then the other way, which I don't have it up here, is to use a Morgan hoop, a round hoop, which is what I will probably do for this one. And this was from the Summer 2022 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This is the design from Teresa. So I just dug into those magazines and found this punch needle. And like I said, this other flag was from the most recent Punch Needle magazine. So I thought, you know what? I have patterns here too. And this one, which was the Old Tattered Flag one, this one I bought as a kit. So it came pre-printed on the weaver's cloth. And this one I'm going to have to trace, which I already had a light pad that I can trace it with. And so this is what it looks like in the magazine. And then you trace it, and it says pattern for tracing. So you trace this, and then this tells you where the different colors go. And then you punch it. Another thing, if you are in Teresa Kogut's Patreon, she gives coloring pages each month, and a lot of her coloring pages would be great punch needle. And she even showed someone had punched one, and she sells them fully punched. And of course, she gives credit that Teresa was the designer, but they took up one of the coloring pages and they punched it, and it's so cute. So that's another idea if you're in her Patreon as to what to do with the coloring pages. So, all right, I got stuff everywhere. All right, so that was the punch needle. That was the first big thing. Then I am kind of all over the place with my stitching, and I thought it might be easier to go to the top-down camera for this for today and show you. So let me go ahead and get to my other camera to show my stitching. All right, so what I have done, or what I started, was I saw Terry, who is on Instagram, Chocolates for Breakfast. She had finished this piece. And I have Autumn at Athawran Hollow. Those are the only two I have. And I love them. And I love the Autumn one. And I had it kitted from Shepherd's Bush. But it's very autumn. And I felt like this, and I am going to finish it. Let me preface that. I love everything about it. But I thought this was more like an everyday piece. And it would be fun as the year goes, and it's going to take probably more than a year, is to work on each block, and then at the end, obviously, it will be done. But I did see that Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, I don't remember if she's doing this one or not, but she is working on some other Athawran Hollows, and she said in a comment back to me that in their assignments, they take about 4 months to finish a block. So I felt like that was definitely doable. If not, maybe I could do it in 3. We'll see. So I did start this, and this is my small start. I am stitching it on 36 count Creme Brulee by R&R, and I'm using the DMC colors. And I don't know if you can tell, but in this one right here, which this is the cover, the words are like in the green color, but I decided to switch them to the blue because I love that blue color. And I am going to personalize it with my name here, but that was just my small start I had on that. And I know that Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, she also started this one. She's doing Autumn, and then she's also doing the Shores, I believe. And I think she has a Zoom group that she's been doing. So that is my Houses of Athawran Hollow. And again, if you want to see it done, and I'm sure there's other people, but I specifically saw Terry, who is Chocolates for Breakfast, on Instagram, finish hers, and it was stunning. I especially love this house, and I really love this house. So that's kind of what caught my eye, and the colors are just beautiful. I only put on the drops so far. Let me get them out. I only put the colors for this block on here. I do need to get the other ones put, but these are the colors for this block, which are just so pretty. The blues and turquoise, they're some of my favorites. So that's how I got onto that piece. And then I did work, these are in no particular order. I did work on for a good, it was either 4 or 5 days. I pulled back out Summer at Cherry Hill, and I have a conversion that I got in a Surprise Me box from Susan at Keepsakes, which I also have tweaked it now a little bit. The blues, because what was in there was a little bit bright and I wanted the blue to be a little more dull or muted. And so I ended up starting over. And this is how far I got. And this is on, let me go back, zoom back out a little bit. This is on 36 count Overcast by Cedar River Linen. And these are the colors. So like the blue, this is a little bit darker. The other one I had started, it was a little bit, it was indigo, I think, which is a little bit brighter. So I really am liking this. I did put it away for a little bit, but I'm sure I'll get it back out. It's really not, this is the bottom, and then the letters go here, and this is as far as it is here. So I need the rest of the letters, the lady, the flower pot, some stuff up there, and the grass. Which, I mean, I say that like it's going to be real fast. It's not, but it's not a lot more stitching to do. So I may get this back out this year, or I might just put it away for now, and then we'll see. But I do have it all together, and I was really enjoying it. And I did enjoy stitching on it for, I believe it was 4 days. It was like 4 solid days of stitching, and I felt like I got a lot accomplished. So I did not do that with everything, but I feel like that's kind of my sweet spot. This is the next whip, and this is one that is close to being finished. And this was a Patreon chart. This is actually one you have to pay an additional $5. It's the ornament. But honestly, I mean, I liked them all, but there was just something about this little house. And I don't always buy the ornament, but I just thought it was so cute. So I did start that on 32 count Mushroom Bold by Coloring Cotton, which was a monthly color club. And I just chose my own colors. And she also, like this star, which I haven't done, and the stripes and the flag and even the door, they're supposed to be a different red, but I just chose to do one red. I have a dark blue, the lighter blue, obviously the white, and then there's, I think it's the door. I just have like a caramel, a tan color. And my floss is a giant mess because it's just this little small. So I was like on a roll, and then something distracted me. So I want to get this finished for sure. And I'm going to turn this into a little pillow for my dough bowl, not an ornament, but it's really cute. And I chose to do it on 32 also because it was so small. I didn't want it to be too small. So now this is kind of the opposite. This is Faded Flag by October House Fiber Arts. And I did get it kitted from the Tinsmith's wife. And she kitted it with 36 count Barb's blend and the called for colors. Now I am going to probably do it on Barb's blend as well. But I also chose to pick up, and I think this is either 20 or 18 count. I don't remember, but it's a piece that I had gotten from Shepherd's Bush to do one of their stockings on, and I had it, and I saw some people had gone to Country Sampler for Stitch Camp, and they did a model on 20 count, I believe, and I feel like this is 18, but I don't know. So I pulled this out, and I thought, well, it would be really cool to have a really big one, and then if I do it on the 36 count, it'll be little, and kind of have them together. So I would like to get this done. It's not that, I mean, I have to finish. This is one, and I think there's one more short strip, and then 3 long, and the flag, and the star part. So I easily could get this done. I will for sure get it done before the end of the summer, but again, many other things have caught my attention, as you'll see from the stuff I have. All right, let me put this back. And these are the colors. They're real pretty. Like kind of pinks, and the red is pomegranate, which is not that red, but it's just a fun flag piece to do. All right, then I have the Equality Sampler, which I did not, I really need to get back to this because I am trying to get this done by Labor Day. And this is along with Christine from Hollis Hands Create. She is doing a stitch along for a summer stitch along. So I need to get back to this, but I did get a little bit more done. I was able to come down, and I don't remember if this is the bottom or not. I need to count that again. Get this middle part in and get a little vines. So I have a lot more to go on this, but I was able to, like I said, get a little bit more done. And let's see if there's a sticker. I want to say that this is, it's a Picture This Plus. I cannot remember what the fabric is. And that's very unlike me to not write it down. I don't remember. It's not the called for, but it's a Picture This Plus. So, but it's pretty. And we'll see. Oh, here we go. It's Heartland by Picture This Plus, 36 count. So that for sure needs to get some stitching done. And I don't know if I'm going to try to like do so much every, like maybe once a week, set it or something, but I don't know. This is the next one, and I was not planning to stitch this year. I was going to wait until next year because I kind of felt like I was over patriotic stitching. And then I saw Rika had started it from House of Stitch and Stash on Instagram, and she's also just recorded another Flosstube. And I thought, you know what? It's really cute. I love this flag so much. So I had most of the colors, and I had some 40 count Vintage Country Mocha, which is what it's stitched on. And I started it, and I've been working on it, which is why it's still in the hoop. So cute. And it is so easy to stitch on this Vintage Country Mocha 40 count. So this is one I would really like to have finished, and the Teresa Koget, and then the flag one I'd like to do, but we'll see if it gets done this year or not. So, but I'm really excited about this one, and I've been trying to stitch on this a lot. All right, this is another that was just a small start. I have been really in the mood to work on Brenda Gervais and also Stacey Nash. And I also have been, in the mood to work on samplers to go up on my mantle, which are all kind of in these colors, which is how that kind of came to be. So I did have a small start on Frances Poole, which is on 36 count Buttermilk, which was a Coloring Cotton April monthly fabric club. So this is a fun piece to be working on as well. And also in regards to the small start, I have a piece that I am going to show that I was working on, and I had only had a small start on it, and it was really fun to get out and work on because I had already had a little start on it. So that kind of goes back to just have a little start, and then it's easy to pick up. This is the next piece I worked on, Bluebirds of Hope. And this is an exclusive through Claire's stitching post. And she is a brick and mortar shop in Ohio. But if you would like to order it, you need to send her an email. And I will put her email below. And this is the piece of what I've gotten done. So I am stitching it on 36 count Seraphim prairie grass, and what I was able to get done is the vase or the bowl and the nest. So next I'll go in and work on the bird, and I was trying to get this to some places where I could be filling in and take this to Stitch Florida. So I'll probably outline the bird and maybe get a little more places where I can outline. And then hopefully in July, I'll have this finished. But I just love this piece so much. It's so pretty. And hers is on 36 count eucalyptus 40 count eucalyptus by Fox and Rabbit. But I decided to switch it up. I do really like that color. But I also liked the other color I picked. The next piece I have is I started Fannys Flowers. And after the American House sampler, Sampler House, I really wanted to start some type of sampler to go up on my mantle or to create a sampler wall. So you'll notice a lot of them have very similar colors. So again, a very small start, but easy to pick up. This I am stitching with all the called for colors on 36 count brown sugar by Fiber on a Whim. So I just have a little at the top. It is a little bit finicky because you are changing colors a lot. So I will probably go in and do the dividing line and start and try to work my way down to where I can fill some letters in and then also work on this part down here. So when I pick that back up, that's probably where I'm gonna go on this. But I saw this finished at Beach Please and it was really pretty. And I've had that kitted for a while. I just had not started it. And then, let's see. I think I have just one more piece. This is the Be Kind Sampler by Stacy Nash. And this is the piece that I had. This was already a whip. And I had just started this one flower up in the corner. And I think I did it last summer. And so for Flag Day, there's no actual flag, but there's the bunting. So that's why I chose this one. And I thought it would be really fun to have up all the time in a patriotic area. So I was able to pick it up and get working. This is a kit I bought from Country Sampler. So they did change the linen color. It's supposed to be stitched on Weeks Dye Works Cocoa. And this is a different color. All the floss is the same. So all I had done when I started was this one flower. So I worked my way down to get to the house, and it's so much fun. I've been working on this a lot. I don't know what it is. I've been really in a Stacy Nash mood and in a Brenda Gervais mood of stitching. So those are the pieces that I have been wanting to pick up and work on. So I potentially could get this done this summer if I kind of get on a roll, but I'll at least probably keep it going just for the fact that some of these pieces this is semi-seasonal, but I think I'm going to keep this up all the time. Some of those I really want to get done to be creating, like I said, either a wall or have it as a just like on my mantle. All right, so before I switch back, I did want to share some of my plans. Today is actually Rika's birthday, who is House of Stitch and Stash, and her birthday that she's doing is I believe it's Rika's, and I'll put it right here, the hashtag, Rika's Sampler Birthday Sal. So she said pick any sampler and start it. So I'm actually going to start 2. This is one of the ones that she is starting as well. And I had this kitted, and this was part of my original 24 and 24. So I thought, well, this would be really fun to stitch with her. And I am going to end up stitching it on 36 count graham cracker by Wabi Sabi Linen, who's Kitten Stitcher's son, with the Vicki Clayton silk, which I think is going to be really pretty. And so I'm excited to get that done. Now, I did the conversion myself because it is all in DMC. I could go to Vicki's conversion chart, and I just bought all of it. But if you wanted to do this in the Vicki Clayton, I'm sure she would make a pack for you if you didn't want to go in and order all the individual ones. When I bought it, there wasn't a pack, and so that's how I did that one. And then my other one I'm starting is Jane Stanwyck's 1843. And this is a kit from Country Sampler. And at Country Sampler, which I have, I'm sorry, you can't even see it. I haven't been there, but every time I see the pictures, there is a grouping of samplers. It's this and Every Opening Flower and Channing Street. And I have Channing Street done, and I have Every Opening Flower done. And so I thought I need to do Jane Stanwyck in their conversion and have them all together. So that was really why I wanted to get this and work on it. So I thought, you know what? I will start this for her birthday, and we'll see when I get it done. But like I said, I have this and I have Channing Street together. And so if they put it together, it must look awesome. And I have my 2 samplers for her birthday Sal in this bag, which I got from the sale that Barry from Stitchful had. So I have those in this special bag. All right. So that's all of my whips that I've been working on, which I know is a lot. And if you've watched my videos, you know I like to stitch on a lot of different things. Start new things, pull things out, all kinds of stuff. So it's fun. It keeps it interesting. I always say it's a hobby. Do whatever makes you happy. So for plans, I do want to, like I said, finish 1 or 2 of those smalls for sure. Keep stitching on some of these pieces. They're still in my basket through the end of the month for sure. Maybe I might carry 1 over. I really want to try to do Christmas in July. I have a couple pieces I'd like to either get done or like get a lot of progress on. So we'll see what happens there. The Rika's birthday ones, I'm going to start those today. And I'll post a picture later with the hashtag and everything. But I'm really excited to get those going. And it's just, whether you have little kids, older kids, job, you're retired, whatever, it just, something about the stitching like calms you down. And so that's to me also why I feel like sometimes I'm here and there, and because it just makes me happy. And after a crazy day, and we're potty training too, my youngest daughter. So after all the craziness, I just want something to make me happy and excited to stitch. So is that. All right, before I do haul and talk about some Flosstubers I've been watching, I did want to announce the giveaway winners. So from last time, number 1 and number 2 were supplied or are going to be mailed from Lee, who is with Stitchy Supply Co. And so the number 1 was the Equality Sampler, which is the one that I started. And the winner of that, let me back up. If you are a winner, you need to send me an email with your name and address. And if you can tell me which one you won, that makes it easier for me to go and get it mailed out to you. So my email is sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com. So number 1, the winner was Privies and Prims Needlecrafts, and that was for the Equality Sampler. And Lee will be mailing that to you, but send me the email and I'll pass your information along. Number 2 was God Bless America by Plum Street, and the winner of that is Denise Chappell 1040. Number 3 was Watermelon Tear, this one, and the winner is Angie Hinton 6891. That's your YouTube name. Number 4 was the piece of Kimberly's Blue Gingham, and the winner is Jill Reeds 02. And number 4 was one of the notebooks, the I Love Flosstube notebook, and the winner of this was Kathy Howell, a 6829. Number 6 was What's My Floss, and the winner is Teresa Harmon 1192. Number 7 was Penny Spring, and the winner is Ruby Maxie 4577. And number 8 was Feather Your Nest by Brenda Gervais, and the winner is Nori 8311. And the last one, which was this is for the needle book. It's like the kit with all the linen and everything to make it. The winner is Rhonda O'Neill 2198. So if any of those were you, send me an email at sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com and I'll get them in the mail. And if it's one of the 2 from Lee, I will get your info to her and she'll get those out to you. So thank you again for answering and entering, and it was really fun to read all of your comments. Really quick before I do haul, I did want to say I did get this sweet card in the mail from Vicky, and she had won a giveaway, I believe. Yes, and she was so kind and made me this scissor fob, and I wanted to share it. So thank you so much, Vicky, for sending that. And I was waiting to put this on my scissors until I showed it. And she said that is I believe it was a free pattern from Fox and Rabbit. So again, look how pretty this is. So thank you again, and I'm excited to put that on some scissors, but I've been waiting until I could show it. Okay, so haul, and it's a little all over the place too. I am in the Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month Club, and so this is Dove. This was the June color, so it's kind of like a gray color. It's pretty. I also from Rika at House of Stitch and Stash. I'm in her folio club, and this was the one for May. So pretty. Let's see here. I got the new stitch cards from Fat Quarter Shop. These I was thinking about starting them this year. I might do them later on, and I kind of feel like I'm getting to my end of starting patriotic things. I want to finish a couple things up and then maybe move on. This was from a Stash Unload group. I got a Mount Vernon Christmas, and it's all kitted. Let's see, that's for... I bought some things for gifts for the Stitch Florida retreat, which is in July, and I'm so excited. This is a chart I bought from Hollis Hand Creates. I was buying some linen, so I picked this chart up. I also purchased this one. Here's her. And she's the one who's doing the summer Sal for the Equality Sampler. She's stitching Liberty House, I believe. But I also picked these up from her. Really pretty. And then I got some strawberry pins if I do some strawberry stitching. And then I bought a piece of, I did buy Shrekie's Tan, which is kitted with something else. Some more baked clay from Fox and Rabbit. And then I bought this, which is called Ombre Terracotta, 36 count, for some tomato pieces that I saw somebody stitching on Instagram and thought that it was a really fun combination together. All right, now this is something totally different. These I got from, where's the other part? So Holly Neal, who has a Flosstube as well, she was doing some destashing. So I bought this from her. This is a Chessie and Me kit. This is the kit. So I bought this kit from her. And then she had shown on her Flosstube some of these spool pods. And she had some extras, and thankfully we're friends. And so she sold me a couple of them. But this is what they are, and they're to put the 103 spools in. So I had Emmeline Hotchkiss, which is another sampler I'd like to get back to. I have the 103 silks for those, or 100.3/3. So I wanted to put these in there. So I bought a few of those from her, and those were fun. And let's see what else is over here. Oh, this is from Dying to Stitch. I am in their quarterly club, and this was the chart we got. And it's all kitted. So that was a fun piece. Let's see. I am also in the Homespun Needleworks Facebook group. You cannot get this anymore, but I'm sure she'll release this next year. But this was an exclusive from Wendy at From the Heart Needle Art, and it also came with these little pieces. And I had been waiting, hobby houses who sold this, and they were waiting on a couple pieces in order to kit the rest. So I was able to get this, and it came with linen, and then it came with these pins. So I like the smalls, but really I really like the big piece as well. So we'll see. It's kind of fallish to me, so I thought, well, that would be fun. And then another, which one of the parts, I don't know where it went, but on on Stash Unload, I was able to find, I was lucky to find on a D-Stash group, which I had been looking for this, the kit for, this was from the attic last year. And this is from Paulette at Plum Street. And this is the piece. And I would love to start this fall. But it was the whole kit with the linen and the floss and scissor fob and the pins. And I was so thrilled to find this. So she also was selling the kit, which I have the other part in a bag, the blackbird part. So I was able to pick that kit up as well. So I have lots of stuff to be working on. But it's been really fun hopping around. Some people just like to work on one project, and that's fine. I love hopping from here to there. Oh, really quick too, before I get to who I've been watching, because I haven't talked about that in a while, is I did get some packages from Fat Quarter Shop, and I wanted to share that. So this was the most recent one I got. These are some patterns. These are quilt patterns that they sent me. They also sent, this is Beechwood. And these will all go in for giveaways later on. May Flowers, Shelf Life. Crows in the Corn. This is a Lori Holt pattern. Also, Bunny's Bakery. Morning Gatherings. Home Mini Simply Signs. And I really love this one. That would be fun to stitch and then make in like a long pillow. So that was one of the packages. And then this one came right after I filmed my last video, so I wasn't able to show it. But these were the stitch cards the time before. They're like Easter looking. They also sent the Quilted Scarecrow from Lori Holt. That's the cross stitch. This is the quilt pattern. And then some more, let's see, cross stitch. We have Wintertime. Also February Hearts. March Bird. April's Rainy Day. Lacy Daisy. And this one they also have like in other colorways. And the Springtime Ornaments, which I did see they are making Halloween ones. They're really cute. I saw a picture on Instagram, I think, of Kimberly teasing some pictures, but they look very much like, I think the line is called Hey Boo, and it's like pinks and oranges by Layla Boutique maybe, for Halloween. It looks really cute. So I am not going to do any giveaways today to get caught up with what I have and kind of figure out how I want to be doing the giveaways from now on. But comment and let me know what you are working on over the summer, and if some people are kind of at a loss of what to work on, hopefully some of the projects I showed will inspire you, or other people's comments will. And right before I go, I did want to talk about a couple people I've been watching. I haven't watched as much Flosstube as I normally do, but I have caught some really good ones recently, and I wanted to mention them. So the first one, and she has 2 videos, and I think I had watched her maybe before my last video, I don't remember, but it's the Periwinkle Stitcher, Sean. She is from Wales, and she has so much stuff to show, and she likes Stacey Nash, Brenda Gervais, a lot of the same people I like. So it was fun to see what she's stitched, and that really seems to motivate me as to what to pick up. Also Holly, who's with Hobbies of Holly. Then another friend, Holly, who is Mrs. Jones Stitches. She has been doing some Blackbird Designs pattern parades and going through books and patterns, and along with some of her regular stitching. But she has a lot of fun stuff, and so does Holly with Hobbies of Holly. Really good inspiration. Audrey with Stitch Stitch Bead. The Sable Stitchers, Roberta and Lenny. Linen and Scraps. Basic Stitches. They just got back from StitchCon and did like a recap of StitchCon, and that was fun to kind of hear their insight. Then there's the Paisley Stitcher, and who's Grace. She has been doing Flosstuber for a day with some of her friends who don't have a Flosstube, but they have a lot of stitching to show. And so that's been really fun to catch those. But the two most recent ones were with Barry from Stitch Folk and also Kathy Decker. And Kathy, I think I met her, if not I saw her stitching at the Farm Girl Dry Goods retreat, because then she shows on her video, or on the video, she finished the piece from the retreat. And I was jogging my memory of, I believe I met her. If not, I saw her stitching while we were there. But she has so much to show on her video. It was amazing. If you don't know what to stitch, go watch her video and you will be inspired. And it's under the Paisley Stitcher, and then she has the names of who she interviews. And she has a lot of other ones, and all of them are really good. Also, Mrs. Flossie, it was her and Kim, the Contented Needleworker, and Diane, her friend. The three of them did another video together. They have a few together. They're really fun to watch when they all get together. And Kim has a Flosstube, and Mrs. Flossie has one by themselves, which are also fun. But when the three of them get together, it's even more. Plus, it's more stitching, so it's extra fun. Then the Floss Boss and Cousins, and I noticed I haven't watched it, but they did like a recap of StitchCon, so I'm probably going to watch that later today. And then, like I said, Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, who I finally met in person at the Spring Fling Retreat with Jeanette Douglas. She did a new Flosstube. It has all of her haul from when she went to Country Sampler, which is a lot, and it's really inspiring. So if you like watching haul or seeing what people are, she's got a lot of whips too, really good stitching to show. So go check all of them out. And I'm sure I have a lot of my normal ones I catch up on, Nicole Spohr and Chantel, and I'm trying to think, I know there's more I missed. Handmade by Sarah W. and Sarah's Stitchery. So, there's so many more out there, and I'm trying to slowly catch up on everybody's. But go check those people out. And I hope you guys have a great couple weeks. And I will hopefully be back in 2 weeks, if not 3. If you are a giveaway winner, be sure to email me your name and address, and I or Lee will get the things in the mail to you. So I hope you guys have a great couple weeks, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.